अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्परां। मूलाम्नाय मठाधीश पदाब्ज रेणवः सदा पान्तु मां भववाराशेः ब्रह्मानन्दरसोद्वहा। समेभ्योऽपि नमः। अस्मिन् महत्यवसरे वयं सर्वेपि समवेताः स्मः। वस्तुतः अद्य अभिनवगुप्तपादानां सहस्राब्दिसन्दर्भः इदानीं समायोज्यमानः वरीवर्ति। अस्मिन् सन्दर्भे ह्यः अस्माभिः अद्भुतं दृश्यम्, अद्भुतं नृत्यं, दिव्यं नृत्यं किञ्चित् वीक्षितं। भगवद्गीतायाः नाट्यशास्त्रानुसारेण प्रदर्शनं कथं वा भवेद् इत्यत्र जङ्गमनाट्यशास्त्रभूता, नाट्यशास्त्रस्य इयं तावत् मूर्तिभूता इति वक्तुं शक्यते। तादृशी नर्तक्य अग्रेसरा, भारतरत्नायिता, पद्मश्री, पद्मभूषण, पद्मविभूषणादि बिरुदैः समलङ्कृता तादृशी काचित् अवतारभूतेव नाट्यकर्मणः इयं पद्मासुब्रह्मण्यं नाम्नी अस्माकं पुरतः नृत्यम् आविष्कृतवती। तदर्थम् अद्यापि करघोषेण तस्याः अभिनन्दनं कुर्मः। अस्मिन् द्वितीये दिने कार्यशाला काचित् समायोजनीया इति अस्माकं कुलपतीनाम्, आचार्य महामहोपाध्याय बिरुदादि भूषितानाम् अस्माकम् आचार्याणां GSR कृष्णमूर्तिमहाभागानां बुद्धौ उपायः कश्चित् समजनि। तेषाम् आदेशेनैव अयं कार्यक्रमः इदानीं समायोज्यमानः वरीवर्ति। तेषां पदनलिनयोः सप्रश्रयं प्रणिपत्य स्वागतं वितीर्यते। ते एव अद्यापि सभाध्यक्षं वहन्ति इति अस्माकं मौमुद्यते चेतः। एवञ्च अस्माकं शैक्षिकसङ्कायप्रमुखाः अद्य समागताः विलसन्ति, अस्माकं वेदिकां च अलङ्कुर्वन्ति। तेभ्योऽपि प्रणतिपुरस्सरं स्वागतं समुदीर्यते। एवञ्च अत्र ये आगताः अस्माकं सङ्काय प्रमुखाः सत्यनारायणाचार्याः, एवं विभागाध्यक्षाः राजगोपालन् महाभागाः, एवं विभागस्य आचार्याः बलिचक्रवर्ती आचार्याः, IGNCA-तः राघवन् महाभागाः, एवं द्वारं लक्ष्मी महाभागाः, एवं नृत्यकलाशालातः समागताः विविधाः आचार्याः, छात्राः, अस्माकं विश्वविद्यालयस्य अन्ये आचार्याः, एवं कर्मचारिणः, एवं छात्राः, समेषामपि हार्दं स्वागतं व्याहरामः। एवम् अस्मिन् शुभे सन्दर्भे इदानीं कार्यशालायाः आरम्भो भवति। अस्मिन् शुभसन्दर्भे तस्याः अभिनन्दनं विधाय एवञ्च कार्यशालायाः लक्ष्यमिव उद्बोधयितुम् अहम् अस्माकं कुलपतीन् अनुरुन्धे। अस्माकं कुलपतयः GSR कृष्णमूर्तिमहाभागाः इदानीं किञ्चिदिव उद्बोधयन्ति।
आंगिकं भवनं यस्य चन्द्रार्कौ सात्विकं तन्वन्दे सात्विकं शिवम्। नाट्यशास्त्रस्य विषये बहु वक्तव्यमस्ति। तत्र वस्तुतः अस्माकं साहित्यशास्त्रस्य मूलग्रन्थः नाट्यशास्त्रमेव भवति। यथा पाणिनीयं तत्र अष्टाध्यायी यथा व्याकरणस्य मूलं भवति, तत्रैव नाट्यशास्त्रं भवति। अस्माकं रससम्प्रदायस्य मूलं नाट्यशास्त्रमेव भवति। तत्र 37 अध्यायाः सन्ति। शिवस्य 37 तत्त्वानि एकैकस्मिन् अध्याये तेन प्रतिपादितमिति कथ्यते। तादृशनटमूर्तेः परमेश्वरं नमस्कृत्य माहेश्वराः भवन्ति अभिनवगुप्तपादाः। तेषां शैवसम्प्रदाये महती ख्यातिरस्ति। भैरवगुहायां सहस्रशिष्यैः सह सः अन्तर्हितो जातः इति क्रियते। प्रायः 1000 वर्षात् पूर्वं तेषां जन्म आसीत्। शताधिक आयुः तेषाम् आसीत्। तैः बहु शास्त्रस्य साहित्यस्य कृते बहु योगदानं कृतवन्तः इति वयं जानीमः। विशेषतः तदाधारीकृत्य भरतनाट्यशास्त्रं वा भवतु, कूचिपुडी वा भवतु, कथक्कळि वा भवतु, कथक् वा भवतु, इत्यादि ततः एव आगताः सन्ति। देशीयनृत्यान्यपि ततः एव आगतानि। अस्मिन् विषये किञ्चित् सहस्राब्दिसमारोहस्य सन्दर्भे केचन पद्मप्रिये पद्मिनी पद्महस्ते पद्मालये इतिवत् पद्मश्री पद्माभूषण पद्मा सुब्रह्मण्यम महाभागा पद्मा भूषण पद्मा सुब्रह्मण्यम महाभागा पद्मा विभूषण पद्मा सुब्रह्मण्य महाभागा incarnation of Lakshmi Padmavati. He appeared here, we salute here. माने एवं रूपेण सा आगता वर्तते इति तदर्थमे प्रतीक्षमाणः यद्यपि अस्माकं पंचदशे अभिनवगुप्त सहस्राब्द समारोहः अभिनवगुप्त रिविजिटेड इति साहित्य अकादमी द्वारा एकः तत्र कार्यक्रमः कृतो वर्तते। नाम एतादृशां तत्र आगमनाय अस्माभिः एतावत्पर्यन्तम् अयम् उत्सवः न सञ्चालितः अत्र आगता इति महता मुमुद्यते मे चेतः। सर्वेषां पक्षतां ताः अभिनन्दनं करोमि। सशिष्या आगता वर्तते प्रथमतया द्वारलक्ष्मी महाभागा अत्र तस्याः सविधे एव शोधकार्यं कृतवती। एवमेव अस्माकमेव आचार्यः भवति शङ्करनारायण महाभागा तस्याः सविधे तत्र नाट्यं अधिगतवान्। एवं रूपेण तस्याः अनेके शिष्याः सन्ति। एकलव्यशिष्याः आभारतं वर्तन्ते। माता प्रमोदस्य अयम् अवसरः गतदिने सम्यक्तया अस्माभिः साक्षात् गीतायाः विषयेपि एवं रोचकतया सर्वेषां तत्र मनोग्रहं भवति इति नाट्यं भिन्नरुचेर्जनस्य बहुधाप्येकं समाराधनम् इति कालिदासः कथयति। तादृशरूपेण अतिरोचकतया अस्मान् सनाथीकृतवती आप्लावितवती महाभागा द्वारलक्ष्मी महाभागा। वस्तुतः वयं धन्यधन्या भवामः यथा तस्याः आगमनमेव अस्माकं सरस्वत्याः आविर्भावः इति ज्ञायते। विशेषतया मया तत्र स्कूल ऑफ साहित्य एंड संस्कृति तत्र डीन भवति सत्यनारायणाचार्यः तेषां सविधे मया प्रस्तावः कृतः। ते अङ्गीकृतं तैः। एवमेव विभागाध्यक्षो वर्तते राजगोपालन् महाभागाः। तेपि अत्र समागताः सन्ति। अस्माकं छात्राः प्रायोगिकरूपेण नाट्यशास्त्रस्य स्वरूपं किं भवति कथं भवति इति अस्मिन् विषये वयं जानीमः। वस्तुतः साहित्यस्य इदमेव तत्त्वं भवति। नाटकान्तं साहित्यमिति कथयन्ति। अत्र अभिनये एव तस्य लक्ष्यं भवेत् समाधिफलम्। एवं रूपेणापि वर्तते। नाट्यस्य किं फलम् इत्येतत् समाधिरेव। नाट्ययोगः भवति। अस्मिन् योगे वयम् अत्यन्तं निमग्नाः आस्म। तस्मिन् विषये किञ्चित् कार्यशालारूपेण अस्मान् बोधयति। अस्याः जन्म 4 फेब्रुवरी प्रायः एकसप्ताहात् पूर्वं जन्मदिनम् आसीत् इति। अधुना यद्यपि कालः अतीतः तथापि अभिनन्दनं कुर्मः। 84 प्रायः 8 वसन्ताः पूर्णाः। अधुना 24 वर्षे सा प्रविष्टा अस्ति। तस्याः कृते वयं धन्यवादान् वितरामः। पुनः पुनः पुनरागमनाय च इति कथयामः। पुनर्दर्शनप्राप्तिरस्तु इति भगवन्तं सम्प्रार्थ्य जयतु भारतं जयतु नाट्यशास्त्रं। नमस्कार।
धन्यवादाः आचार्याः। यदुपज्ञस्य मात्रेण नृत्यविद्या प्रशस्यते तां वन्दे नृत्यभूषाढ्यां पद्मा सुब्रह्मण्यदेशिकां। तादृशीयं महाभागा अस्माकं पुरतः इदानीं वरीवर्तीत्येव अस्माकं भाग्यपुञ्जस्य परिपाकः इति चिन्तयामि। तादृशीं महाभागाम् अहं हृदयेन प्रार्थये आगत्य स्वकीयेन भाषणेन अस्मान् धन्यान् विदधतु इति।
ॐ सद्गुरुभ्यो नमः। आङ्गिकं भवनं यस्य वाचिकं सर्ववाङ्मयम् आहार्यं चन्द्रतारादि तं नुमः सात्विकं शिवम्। Most respected Vice Chancellor, Dean and many other deans, HODs, professors, Director IGNCA, staff, teachers, lecturers, my dear wonderful students, can I request all the lights to be on? I want to see all their faces. Their beautiful, bubbling with enthusiasm faces. This is not my performance, this is only my lecture. I must thank National Sanskrit University, Tirupati, and particularly the Department of Sahitya for inviting me for this National Drama Festival celebrating the millennium of Acharya Abhinavagupta. Since it is all done in the name of Acharya Abhinavagupta, I would like to start with the Bhairava Stuti, some verses from the Bhairava Stuti of Acharya Abhinavagupta, which he is said to have sung before he entered the cave along with some disciples, and that was the last they saw of the physical body of Abhinavagupta. I'll just request Dr. Gayatri Kannan to sing a couple of verses from Bhairava Stotra, for which I will do a little Abhinaya. And this is our tribute to Acharya Abhinavagupta.
भैरवनाथ 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 त्वन्मयमेतत् अशेषमिदानीं त्वन्मयमेतत् अशेषमिदानीं भाति मम त्वत् अनुग्रहशक्त्या भाति मम तत् अनुग्रहशक्त्या त्वं च महेश सदैव ममात्मा त्वं च महेश सदैव ममात्मा स्वात्ममयं मम तेन समस्तं स्वात्ममयं मम तेन समस्तं भैरवनाथ 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 नृत्यते गायते हृष्यते गाढं नृत्यते गायते हृष्यते गाढं संविधियं मम भैरवनाथ संविधियं मम भैरवनाथ त्वां सुदर्शनमेकं त्वां प्रियमाप्य सुदर्शनमेकं दुर्लभम् अन्यजनैः समयज्ञं दुर्लभम् अन्यजनैः समयज्ञं भैरवनाथ 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 भैरवनाथ.
To this audience, I don't have to translate this. The verse is replete with Advaita philosophy. I should first request you to excuse me for speaking in English. I don't want to take the risk of speaking in Sanskrit. In this audience, august audience who are, particularly the scholars who are sitting here, I feel nervous to even say one sentence in Sanskrita, so excuse me, I will speak in English. I'm told there are students who have come from all over India. I hope they are here. And Sri Shankaranarayanan had told me that I should speak in English and not in Tamil. I'm so happy that this whole event is dedicated to the memory of Abhinavagupta. You all know, maybe some of you are very young, may not know that Abhinavagupta lived in Kashmir about 1,000 years ago. And you'll be surprised when you think of it, you'll be really surprised that when Abhinavagupta was living in Kashmir, Saint Ramanujacharya was living in South India. They were contemporaries. At that time they lived. One in northernmost part of Bharatakanda and another in southernmost part. We are used to understanding Sambhavami Yuge Yuge, you saw that. So these acharyas are also avatars of Bhagavan who come then and there to protect Sanatana Dharma. May I request these volunteers not to disturb? Can I have a complete concentration, please? I don't want this to be like a wedding reception. An academic seminar is not a wedding reception. Please do not come and disturb the audience. Or I'll wait. You finish serving and then I'll speak. I want the youngsters here to understand the seriousness of academic studies, the seriousness of artistic presentations. You can't have everything at a time. If you go abroad in a performance, when the performance starts, they'll close all the doors. Nobody is allowed to walk in even late. They can come in only during the interval. If you go 5 minutes late, even the minister is asked to wait outside. I've experienced this. And I had felt, why can't we follow this beautiful principle in India? This is the respect that you show to your tradition, to your art and your artists and your scholars. If your new university can inculcate such principles in the coming generations, I think half of our work in re-establishing the importance of our heritage will be achieved. Thank you. Sorry for my being blatant. And one more thing is my request, my humble request to the universities, not only here but all over India, is to make our education a little more holistic. This is not happening. If you're a medical student, you don't know anything about music, you don't know anything about dance. If you are a student of dance or music, you have no idea of science. But what was our original education system in our country? Education was understood as one word, Vidya. How was Vidya understood? Sa Vidyaya Vimuchyate. That is Vidya which liberates. How can you liberate? You must have a holistic view of life, a holistic understanding of jnana. Now education is imparting knowledge, not wisdom. Knowledge is very limited, wisdom is unlimited. So what our universities must aim at is to inculcate wisdom, that jnana is more important than just knowledge. And when you think of knowledge, it becomes bifurcating or dissecting. In a medical language, you call it dissecting. You know which anga of your body is related to another anga, and what is the digestive system, what is the nervous system, and they start specializing. The allopathic way of looking at the body is they look at it, you have an ENT specialist, ear, nose, throat specialist, and when he gives a very strong medicine, that headache is gone, but you get stomach pain. But Ayurveda looks at the body as a whole. It's a human being. You will be surprised that the Ayurveda has connected with astrology and astronomy also. Before they keep a little handful of oil on your head, they will look into the nakshatra, they will look into the rashi of that person, and then only start. There is a connection between every human being and the entire cosmos. This was the beginning of our Vidya, the relationship between the individual and the entire creation was the idea. And then once this whole is understood, then you understand the details of each department of knowledge. But that totality of understanding life, totality of understanding art and science together, there is no difference. At the highest level, there is no difference between art and science. Can you remove mathematics from music? Lakshmi ji is there. Can you remove mathematics? How can you remove mathematics from our tala? How can you remove mathematics even from chandas? Please be seated, please be seated. There's so much connection, so much connectivity. This connectivity is unfortunately not there in the present education system. And I have seen best of great scholars in Tamil, best of greatest scholars in Sanskrit. They have no idea of music or dance or drama. So Sahitya is completely different. Vedanta is totally another thing. And when I wanted to do PhD, this was 40 years ago, my Madras University didn't allow me to register under archaeological department because my work was Natya Shastraic sculptures. They didn't allow me because I was a I had a master's degree in music. They said, no, you can't be admitted in archaeology. So everything is compartmentalized. And same, if you're a music student, those days, I don't know what's happening now. If you want to do Sahitya, a Vedanta professor cannot guide you, not allowed to guide you. That happened in the case of Dr. Gayatri. Is Vedanta not connected with music? Is Vedanta not connected with life? What is Bharatiya culture without Vedanta? What is our life without art? Art has been removed from life to the museum. Those days, every house used to have beautiful pillars. Even the furniture was very beautiful. Extraordinary woodwork will be there. We started copying the American way of furniture, all straight, 4 legs for a chair, and there was no art. So art is part of life. And that is what you find in the greatest of philosophers like Abhinavagupta. He was the greatest philosopher, somebody who propagated Kashmiri Shaivism. He was the greatest of the religious leaders of the time. Just before the Muslim onslaught was going to take place in Kashmir, you had Abhinavagupta there. A person who wrote commentaries, and you know about Trika, you know how he wrote on poetics, the Dhvanyaloka, all that is there, different subjects he had dealt with. And Kashmiri Shaivism was his utmost goal. Why did such a great philosopher, scholar, think of writing a commentary on Natya Shastra? Is Natya not connected with Vedanta? Is Natya not connected with science? Is Natya not connected with religion? In a very jocular way, let me say, in one of the seminars, one person was instigated to ask me a question. He was a Christian. He got up and said, "You are talking about Shiva, Vishnu, Brahma and all that. I am a Christian. I also appreciate Bharatanatyam. I felt hurt that you said that Bharatanatyam is a religious art." I said, well, the art is definitely Hindu. This I will proclaim from the top of any mountain, even Tirumala mountain, I'll go up and say, the art is Hindu. You agree or not? If you agree, clap for me. Be brave. My property, I have to say it is mine, but I don't mind your using. You learn my art. There's nothing wrong. I will teach you my art. I will give you this art, provided you don't use it for propaganda for your conversion. You understand that? You understand? Because I said, it is too late to convert my Bharata Muni into Christianity. This is my original. This is my original culture, and it is my duty to protect this. I don't mind sharing this with anybody. but I will not let you change my ways, my way of thinking, my faith. To me, I have to live like how my parents have lived, how my grandfathers, my great-grandfathers, my ancestors believed in. And this art is something which is very special. You will be very happy to know that Natya Shastra was originated by the Hindu Trinity. How can you change all this? Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva, all three have place in the origin of Natya Shastra. I have written a small little book for children on epic stories from Natya Shastra. If you like, you go through that for the mythological origin of Natya. And about the date of Natya Shastra, I would like to say that, many of our, including Rig Veda, the date, the antiquity has been diminished purposely because of Macaulay's system of education. It was all diminished because they wanted to diminish our national self-esteem. That Soya Maryada, they didn't want that to happen. The Britishers cut down the antiquity of all our works, and one of those works is Bharata's Natya Shastra. I will not blame our scholars because it is there from mid-19th century. The dates of all our works have been completely confused. And very unfortunately, only in the field of history, latest researchers are not brought into the curriculum. There was one Kota Venkatachalam, a man from Andhra who wrote extraordinary works on history of India, including history of Kashmir, and he didn't even have money to publish that. And we don't have the time to go into those books. Date of Shankara has been diminished. Date of Buddha has been diminished. As students of the university, please take up the date of all these works. Rewrite our history, rewrite history of our literature, rewrite history of literature in all our languages. And after much study of the whole Natya Shastra, I have come into conclusion that Bharata Muni, who wrote the present text Natya Shastra that is available now, was a contemporary of Valmiki. Please go through my book, Natya Shastra and National Unity. I have a chapter on rewriting, re-examining the date of Natya Shastra. Just to give you some points, you will be surprised to know that, the Natya Shastra itself gives you clue to its date. Take the first chapter, Natyotpatti chapter. What happens? Bharata himself says, it was the beginning of Treta Yuga. Why can't the scholars look into that? We don't want to respect our own writings. We don't want to respect our own evidences. If I want to understand who your grandfather was, will I go to your house and ask, Or will I go to your neighbor's house and ask, who was the grandfather of this girl? This is what has happened in our case. So, when was Treta Yuga was there? Understand, you have to calculate Yuga, you have to understand Yuga theory. It was the beginning of Treta Yuga. That is number one. And in the whole 36 or 37 chapters as it is classified, I could not find the names of reference even of Sri Rama or Sri Krishna. The two characters who have dominated the stage, the Ranga, for several millennia. Can you think of a dance without Krishna, a drama without Rama? But entire Natya Shastra does not mention these names. That means it is either pre-Ramayana or it is contemporary to Ramayana. Agreed, sir? And the entire Natya Shastra is in the form of, almost in Upanishadic form, closer, taking it to Vedic age. It's in the form of questions and answers. A group of rishis are sitting and asking questions to Bharata Muni, and Bharata Muni is giving answers. This is the structure of Natya Shastra. And who are the Munis, who are the rishis who are questioning, who are asking these questions? You get their names in the last chapter. Among the rishis, Valmiki's name is included. Do you want any more evidence? Mind you, it was not a time like now, full of piracy. Somebody's work is published in somebody else's name. It was not like that. They were very truthful. So Valmiki's name is there in the last chapter. So, and one more thing, sir, this is for your information. Bharata mentions Brihaspati and not Panini. So he is definitely before Panini's time. All this proves how old the Natya Shastra is and how it has influenced the entire, not only Indian scene, but I have seen it has influenced the entire Asia. And Bharata says that his work is mentioned for the whole world, like any, Rishi's work. Rishi is called Rishi because he is a seer. In English, they S-W-E-R. What does it mean? D-U, do. Doer, D-U, D-O-U-R. D-O, doer. Somebody who's doing. See, look. In English, you say seer, somebody who sees, who can see beyond the physical eyes. Somebody who can hear beyond the physical ears. That is why our Vedic rishis were called, they were not mantra karta, they were mantra drishta. And after several centuries, I would say even a few thousands of years after Bharata, there must have been many commentaries. We have lost all of them. Only Abhinava Gupta's commentary is almost complete, and we get it from Kashmir. And my dear youngsters, understand, when Abhinava Gupta's commentary was being published, edited, Ramakrishna Kavi managed to get one manuscript from Kerala. Where was this written? In Kashmir. And where do you get the manuscript? It is from southern tip, Kerala. Don't you think it's a proof for the commonality, the common syllabus, common grammar, the Vyakarana for performing arts for all over India has been Natya Shastra. And Natya Shastra says that it is meant for the entire world, Sapta Dvipa, 7 continents, and more so for Jambu Dvipa. So I went into what Jambu Dvipa geographically means. I must say that I don't know in how many janmas I amassed the wealth of punya that I could get direct guidance from God in flesh and blood, Kanchi Mahaswami. To be and devotees like me, he has only left his mortal coil. He is very much alive. When I call him, he is right next to me. I've had many such amanush experience. And it was, I had his guidance, direct guidance for the word Jambudvipa. This is what I'm saying. In short, not going too much into details, Jambudvipa, according to Puranic geography, is the entire landmass of Europe and Asia together, Eurasia. This is Jambudvipa. So Natya Shastra was meant for Jambudvipa. How can you and I take ownership? It's not mine. It is not somebody who comes from Thoothukudi or Kanyakumari or only Kashmir. It is for anyone. The entire landmass. And when I went to those countries, I can still see the influence of Natya Shastra in Japan, in Korea, in Cambodia, in Indonesia, in Vietnam, in Sri Lanka, from Kashmir to Cape in India. Understand, it's a common grammar. And this common grammar was forgotten in North India after 12th century because of political reasons. There were invasions. And it was forgotten, or at least, not remembered so much in South India after 14th century. And thanks to Swami Vidyaranya, who established the Vijayanagara Samrajya. He established Vijayanagara Samrajya not only for political reasons, he established to revive Sanatana Dharma and its culture in totality. And it was during that time, we are talking about conferences now. Swami Vidyaranya did it even in that time. He called all scholars, asked them to rewrite what was forgotten. And the entire Darpana literature came out from that time. Darpana means mirror. What you have in the mirror, Abhasa Tejasa. It is not your own self, but it is only your reflection. And all the Darpana literature is showing the reflection of older tradition, not the original. They were trying to memorize, making notes, and that's how you get Abhinaya. Darpana, Abhinaya. That's okay. Sangeeta Darpana, Sahitya Darpana. We have Darpana literature for all these. And none of them give the totality that Natya Shastra gives. For example, if there are students of dance from any one of the universities here, you follow Abhinay Darpanam. The present Abhinay Darpanam has nothing on rasa. How can you have a whole view of our theatre or dance without rasa theory? It is something like writing notes, and that's how you get the Darpana literature. And it was my life's dream to bridge the gap between theory and practice. And I think I have done something towards this in my life. Because there was a big gap between what I studied and what I was taught. It was incomplete. So I had to go in search of the original. So Natya Shastra has its Bhashyam from Abhinav Gupta. Without Abhinav Gupta, you cannot understand Natya Shastra. You have to have his guidance. And not only that, the dance sculptures from 5 temples in Tamil Nadu, and particularly 3 temples, Brihadishwara Tanjavur Temple, Kumbakonam Sharangpani Swami Temple, and Chidambaram Nataraja Temples, where the 4th chapter of Natya Shastra is sculpted. It is all sculpted like a visual library. So when Abhinav Gupta was writing commentary in Kashmir, Rajaraja Chola, the greatest of the Chola kings, was creating in the Brihadishwara temple at Tanjavur a whole corridor on the Vimanam, sculpting the 108 Karanas as mentioned in the Natya Shastra. This is Bharatiya culture. It is not Andhra alone, it is not Karnataka alone, it is not Kashmir alone. When one region is suffering from diminishing or attacking Sanatana Dharma, another region will come and help. That is how from Karnataka, a King Kampana, a Prince Kampana came to Madurai and put an end to the Sultanate, 50 years of Sultanate of Madurai, and rejuvenated the Karnataka tradition in music and dance. That is why music, classical music in South India is called Karnataka Sangeetam, thanks to Kumara Kampana. This part of history is Dr. Gayatri Kannan's PhD thesis. Now, when I started reconstructing the old dance movements from Natya Shastra, the critics thought I was changing tradition. They said, if you look into old press clippings, 50 years old press clippings, somebody would say she has revived a lost tradition. Another person will say she's doing something sacrilegious, spoiling tradition. Somebody else will say she's copying Kathakali. Another person will say her footsteps were very fast, she's copying Kathak. Another person would say, it had full of Tribhanga, so she's copying Odissi. At that time, I had not even seen Odissi dance. How can I copy without seeing? That gave me the idea, except Bharatanatyam, I didn't learn any of these. I understood snippets of Natya Shastra is still there in all these regions. And all that you see today is Deshi. I want scholars to re-examine the word Marga and Deshi. Deshi is not folk. Sir, it is not folk. It is regional observance of the Marga. Marga is the path laid down by Bharata Muni. And when you learn something, okay, to take a contemporary example, Dr. Balamurali Krishna's rendering of Todi Raga, Todi was Todi only. Definitely the same scale, same Swarasthanas, almost same Shrutis, but Aryakudi Ramanujayengar's Todi was very different. Can you say that alone is Todi and Dr. Balamurali's is not Todi? No. It is Todi. Todi is Todi only. It was two different ways of rendering the same raga. So this is the difference between Marga and Deshi. So Deshi is classical. Even Yakshagana is classical. I fought with Sangeet Natak Academy, Delhi, years ago, when they had Yakshagana under folk. Yakshagana is Marga. It is having Natya Shastraic tradition in their Vachana, in their... All the four Abhinayas are there. The four Abhinayas, Angika Abhinaya, physical. When I stand like this, even if you don't know dance, you know it is Krishna. Will you think it is Devi? Anybody? Will you mistake this gesture to be Nataraja? No. This is Angika Abhinaya. The moment I take these hastas, you immediately know. This is expression through the body. Expression through what I am doing now, Vachika, is Vachika Abhinaya. Aharya is what dress. Yesterday I was dressed up as Krishna. That is Aharya, external to the performer. It is all external. Jewels, the crown, the namam, the shank. I don't know how many noticed. I have shank in my left hand for Mehendi and chakra on the right hand. This is Aharya Abhinaya. So if I take the Angika of two Tripataka, stand as Vishnu, you may or may not understand this gesture, but Shankha Chakra you will know. See, Bharata Muni has been very kind to us. If I'm so bad as an actor, if I'm so bad as somebody who can emote, at least the dress will make the audience understand I'm Krishna and not Shiva, because I'm not wearing tiger skin. All this is for communication. You must make the audience understand. When you make the spectator understand, then it is Abhinaya. You have two roots there, Abhi, Ni. Something which is in the actor has to be drawn towards the spectator, and it must nail on your head. Then you will understand what is being communicated. There is no point in saying, no, I will keep on doing something. I don't care if the audience understands or not. Don't come on the stage if you can't make you understand. You are not an actor, you are not a dancer. And what you want to convey is also important. The fourth Abhinaya is Sattvika Abhinaya. The word Sattva has many layers of meaning. Now, simply we'll take it as emotional expression. And all these four are embedded in one prayer. Angikam bhuvanam yasya vachikam sarvavangmayam. Aharyam Chandra Taraditam Namaha Satvikam Shivam. How Sangeeta Ratnakara has given in these 4 lines the essence of Natya. Angikam Bhuvanam, the entire world is a manifestation of that Shiva. It's a physical manifestation. Chandra, Taradi, these are all his ornaments. Aharya Abhinaya. Angika Abhinaya is what you see around. Aharya Abhinaya is Chandra, Taradi. And his Vachkam, all that you hear, all the languages. So the 4 Abhinayas are embedded in this one prayer. How can you not call it religious? It is connected to our Sanatana Dharma. You can't remove our arts from Sanatana Dharma. In Tamil Nadu, there was a conference saying that Sanatana Dharma must be eradicated like COVID or malaria. But they cannot. They cannot. After it was announced, there is more crowd in our temples. There is more crowd in our festivals. In one way, sometimes, opposition is good, so that we work with more force and more energy. Well, so this is, and all these have been beautifully explained by Abhinavagupta. And he says, Nritta, Bharata also says, for Angika Abhinaya, he says, Shaka, Ankura and Nritta are the 3 elements for Angika Abhinaya, physical expression. Shaka means branch, tree branch, it is all there. And the entire Abhinaya Hastas come under that. Pataka, Tripataka, Kartari Mukha, Mayura, all this, I'm sure students will know. These are Abhinaya Hastas. Abhinaya Hasta can be single hand gestures or combined hand gestures. Anjalischa, Kapodascha, Karkataga, Swastikas, Tata. All this comes with both the hands together. And to this day, from the days of Bharata's Natya Shastra, South India has preserved all the Abhinaya Hastas. Are we not very lucky, very fortunate? And many of them are preserved in Kathak. Few of them, and in Manipuri also. Apart from the Abhinaya Hastas, which are meant to express ideas, 13 Nritta Hastas are given. And Abhinaya Hasta pertain to only palm and fingers. Pataka. Literal meaning is flag. Pataka. But I can use it to say you, me, there, here, sky, waves, the sword, can go on like that, with single hand. More jocularly, I'll say one thing. I can say, you're most welcome. Or I can say, shut up and get out. With one same gesture, pataka. So vinyogas are different because how you use the whole arm with the palm and fingers makes difference in meaning. But the Nritta Hastas are specific movements from the shoulder down to the end of the fingertips. It can be Avidavaktra when, can you see? My shoulder, my elbow, my palm and the fingers. It moves together. Like this, there are 13 Nrittahastas. These are out of vogue, and these are essential for what is called Karana. I'm supposed to have revived the 108 Karanas mentioned in the Natya Shastra, and for me, the three main sources have been Natya Shastra, Abhinavagupta's Abhinav Bharati, and the sculptures relating to the Karanas, all in Tamil Nadu. And the Karana, now it is a fashion to say they want to learn Karanas. Every dancer wants to do Karana. Very happy. When I started that 50 years ago, I was scolded or praised. Both was there. But now those who scolded me are also saying they only discovered it. So this is how it always happens. It's interesting that my work has definitely influenced the entire dance scene, and sometimes they copy me incorrectly, which makes it, Karana becomes little crooked. The thing is, it is like, Lakshmi will enjoy if I say, I will sing one song, I will sing one praise with perfect Shruti of Sa and Pa only. The rest of the notes I'll go out of tune. How will it be? How can you hear that? It is like that. A Karana movement has to be performed absolutely with Anga Shuddha. Bharata has given us a whole pedagogy for this, how to train the body. You have to train the Angas, the major limbs, the Upangas, the minor limbs. After learning all the Angas and Upangas, my students at Nrityodaya for 1 year, they do only exercises of Anga and Upanga. And then they learn the sthanas, the different ways of stances, sthana, that is for the sthiti, and how they move, gati. Bharata has defined Karana as Hastapada Samayogaha Nrittasya Karanam Bhavet. And Abhinavagupta says by Hasta, he means the entire upper part of the body, not the hands alone. By Pada, Abhinavagupta says, it means the entire lower half of the body and not just the feet alone. And for this, we train properly the elements. You have to learn the words to learn the language, then create the sentences, and the words are the elements of Karanas, like what you have in the Angas, Upangas, Charis, Nrittahasta. And then you create the sentence, and that sentence is Karana. It has a specific, definite order in which you link up the movements. So, to just give you an example of just moving the Shirobheda, this comes under head. Gayatri, will you just pronounce the Shirobheda?
Akampitam Kampitam cha Dhutam Vidhutameva cha Paribahita Udvahitakam Avadhutam Tatha Anchitam Nihanchitam Paravrittam Utkshiptam Chapi Adhogatam Lolitam Chaiva Vingeyam Trayodasha Vidham Shiraha.
And the uses are given. How to use them to convey. To say yes, akampitam. Okay, you are very old. Kampitam. Dutam, to say no. And vidutam, to say no, 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 no. Strong negation. And the last one, lolitam. Suppose you want to show somebody being possessed, then, isn't it? Don't you see them Sami aadradu? So everything, there is nothing which is not dealt in the Natya Shastra. Natya Shastra is a imitation of the three worlds. Anukarana. Anukarana is just imitation, but mere anukarana cannot be art. So, Bharata uses two terms, anukarana and anukirtana. It's a glorification of a given character or situation. So you have to have anukirtana, that is when you get the dharmi, the different styles in production. It can be stylistic expression, natya dharmi, or realistic expression, loka dharmi. The two dharmis are there. And there are also vrittis, styles in production. You are having a drama festival. I must talk about vritti to you. The drama could be written in one of the four kinds of vrittis. It can be Bharati vritti when it is more poetic. Sir can give you poems and somebody can recite it. Well, one thing, Bharati vritti depends on not only the writer, it also depends on the actor. If you are going to narrate some very poetic idea, like a Shraddha Mantram, in just one note, if I say, I am very happy to be in this hall, I am thankful to the university for calling me, I am very particular that you all give me a big round of applause for this nonsense I am speaking. How can you listen to this in one tone? So Bharati vritti depends on the content of the drama and how well it is delivered. You have Satvati vritti, which is emotional. There is less dialogue, but there is so much of emotion. Arabati vritti is all very forceful. You have, in cinema, you have so much Arabati vritti. There is not one cinema where there is no violence. There is so much of fighting. That fighting is something which you can't believe. It is unreal fighting. In one cinema I saw, one hero was, it was so stupid. One hero was throwing a chappal and the chappal was flying back to him. He took it and wore it. How unreal it is. This is Arabati. It is so, unreal, but not logical also. So you have Arabati vritti. All these vrittis are there in our Indian cinema. The Indian cinema is a daughter of Natya Shastra. Next time you go to any Indian cinema, it can be Telugu, Hindi, Tamil, Malayalam, any language, all that is nothing but a daughter of the tradition, Indian tradition of theatre. We can't forget, we can't leave all that. So, There are 108 combinations of charis and sthanas and rittahastas, and these 108 are seen sculpted in, you have Karanas, Ilya? I want to show you a small clipping. I've done all the 108 Karanas. You will see which part of the movement is seen frozen in sculptures. It is, if it is Shiva with 4 hands, it is from Tanjavur Brihadishwara temple. If you see Shiva with 2 hands, it is from Sharangpani Swami temple in Kumbakonam. Actually, it's a Vishnu temple, but in the Gopuram you have Shiva sculptures. And if you see Devi's figures, these are from Chidambaram temple. I found that different parts of a movement is frozen in different temples. Suppose I take my hands like this and there is a camera here, there is video. So you see a continuity. If you take a snapshot, then here or here or here, any one part of the movement is registered. Different parts of the movements are registered in different temples. My study was to see how they are connected. So you will find me also dancing with the sculptures. Just 10 podriya, 10 or 11. The Karanas are called Nritta Karanas. There is another big confusion in understanding the term Nritta. According to Natya Shastra, Nritta was not defined as Bhava Vihinam or Rasa Vihinam. Later works, actually, I think as time progresses, confusion also progresses. In Tamil, we have a saying, when there is a debate, you will say, Periya Veda Vakko. Won't you say that? Veda Vak is ultimate. Ultimate is Veda Vak. And for us performing artists, what is Veda Vak? Natya Shastra is called Natya Vedam. Panchamam Vedam Natya Shastram. So according to Natya Shastra, Nritta is not Bhava Vihinam, it is not Rasa Vihinam. Nritta is part of Angika Abhinaya, physical expression. You express through the entire body, through the movements of the body. You know, the movements for a Rakshasa is different from Ravana and Rama cannot have the same gati. Their gait has to be different. So it is expression, it is body language. So Nritta is the third aspect of Angika Abhinaya. Then how can you, whenever there is meaning, when there is a word, there is a meaning. When there is a meaning, there is a bhavam. When there is bhavam, if there is communication, abhinaya, there will be rasa. So one leads to another. It's a beautiful, it's logical. But somehow, during the medieval ages, Nritta came to be called Bhava Vihinam and Rasa Vihinam. But that is not the original concept. In fact, Abhinavagupta talks about Vakyartha Abhinaya. Padartha Abhinaya is different from Vakyartha Abhinaya. Whether it is Bharatanatyam or Kuchipudi, it is more Padartha Abhinaya in the last 300 years. This Vakyartha Abhinaya is possible only if you learn the Karanas. And Abhinavagupta gives an example. He gives examples for many of the Karanas. And for the first Karana Talapushpaputam, he gives an example from Ratnavali, drama's first Nandi Shloka, where Ambal Parvati is said to have done Pushpanjali to Shiva. And for that, this one Karana performance is enough. That's what Abhinavagupta says. So, Nritta is not Bhava Vihinam. And he explains Tandava. The fourth chapter is called Tandava Lakshanam in Natya Shastra, where Karanas are explained. Tandava is given, the origin of the word Tandava is because Shiva commands his attendant Tandu to teach the Karanas to Bharata Muni. So Bharata Muni's guru was Tandu. Because Tandu taught Karanas and Angaharas to Bharata Muni, Nritta came to be called Tandavam. And the original idea of Tandavam is not like what we understand today, Tandava and Lasya. No, they are different. The masculine way of performing with forceful action and the softer way are given two different terms. Uddhata and Sukumara Prayoga of the same movements. So these are all what we find from Natya Shastra and explained by Abhinavagupta. Abhinavagupta gives one more interpretation for the term Tandava. He says he's connecting onomatopic expression like tando, do, thando. Like that you get sounds in the drum. Even Tamil, there is one dandora, like that. For announcement of something, they will have this announcement, that from that, he says, Tandavam came into being, because you need the percussion instruments for performing the nritta. So we've seen how the most important thing that Abhinav Gupta has explained to the humanity is the rasa theory. You need a separate lecture for that. How is rasa created? Vibhava, Anubhava, Vyabhichari, Samyogat, Rasa Nishpatti. This is what Bharata says. This is the sutra form. Vibhava, I'll put it all in a capsule form. Vibhava is the cause, Karana. Anubhava is its effect. Vyabhichari bhavas are those bhavas which enter and go away to strengthen the main bhava. And a combination of vibhava, anubhava and vyabhichari in right proportion is the reason for rasotpatti. And an actor or the playwright must understand all these three properly and create rasotpatti. Otherwise, it will become a confusion, rasabhasa. So, Sita has to be like Sita only. It can be Shringara. But it will be different from Shurpanaka, isn't it? Shurpanaka is also erotic. Sita cannot move like Shurpanaka. So if you start moving like Shurpanaka, you can't think of Sita. Sita's love is different from even Rukmini's love. Sita's, according to Kambaramayanam, Sita saw Rama and fell in love. Their eyes met. And from Kambaramayanam, Tulsidas has taken this idea, and in Tulsi Ramayanam also he has introduced that scene where Rama and Sita meet before Swayamvaram. But Rukmini's case, she had never seen Krishna. Shrutva gunan bhavana sundara shrinvatante, by hearing about his greatness, she developed that love for him through hearing. You have this? You'll have a snippet from Rendurkar, both these.
கண்ணோடு கை गौरी कर ध्यान करे हो, भूप किशोर देखी किन ले हो, सकुची सिया तब नयन उघारे, सिया नयन उघारे, अवळू नोकिना. श्रुत्वा गुणान् भुवनसुन्दर शृण्वतान्ते, निर्दिश्य कर्णविवरैः करतोऽङ्गतापम्, रूपं दृशां दृशिमताम् आखेयार्थं लाभं त्वयि अच्युता अच्युता विशति चित्तम् अपत्रपं मे, अपत्रपं मे त्वयि अच्युता अच्युता विशति चित्तम्.
I told you that according to Abhinav Gupta, Vakyartha Abhinaya is very important, and for that usage of Karanas, Charis, and the whole body has to be there along with Sattva. Without Sattva, everything is a big bore. You can't sit through a program when there is no proper emotional expression. That's extremely important. Whether it's a lecture, drama, or dance, or even music, Sattva is so important. If I am not going to enjoy my dance, how will I communicate this enjoyment to you? If I am going to have pain in my legs and I'm dancing like this, you will also get a pain. Not in your leg, but in your head. Seeing or listening becomes a headache. So that Atmanubhava is extremely important in whatever we do. I want to show you a small piece from a whole item of, without lyrics, I have done Jatayu Moksham for Russian symphony. There is no lyrics at all, so there is no Padartha Abhinaya there at all. Thanks to Abhinav Gupta, I followed that and performed this for Russians, and they understood. We'll have a small piece of that. I dedicate this to the memory of Abhinav Gupta, who lived 1,000 years ago. The idea of Vakyartha Abhinaya through Angika Abhinaya with Satvika Abhinaya is what you saw there. Abhinav Gupta emphasizes the importance of Guru for practical guidance. When he is commenting on Apaviddham Karana, he says linking Shiro, Netra, Bru, etc. for movements, you have to have the Guru's guidance. Why I am saying this is, probably Abhinav Gupta knew that there will be a day, when dancers will learn from video. Nowadays, Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Video, Namo Namaha. It can never happen. You can't be a good artist by learning from the video. You must have direct contact with the Guru. Even if you're living in America, you learn through video, but you come and make corrections in front of the Guru. This is extremely important. And before I end, I would like to say something about what Abhinav Gupta said about creativity. He was a revolutionary. He was not saying that there should be no creativity. When something is created in a beautiful manner, which is not out of place in Shastra, then that new creation will become part of the tradition. So there is always the river which is flowing with new, fresh water, and it's not like a dirty, stagnated pond. And we have to be careful that when new interpretations are done, it should be in line with what has been already done or thought of in tradition. If something like that can be done, Kritaka can become Nitya also. So Kritaka is something which is created by man, but that also gets Nitya status. And if these two are understood, there will be no contradiction between creativity and tradition. And Abhinav Gupta also explains the term Datta as one who knows the value of one's own imagination to bring variety. So, but everybody cannot become Datta in one night. So you can't become a Datta immediately after your Ranga Pravesham. Abhinav Gupta has mentioned one term, Dombika. And he says that the performance of the Dombika is not to represent some other character. Dombika is not Sita or Radha or any other character, but she dances to please the audience, the spectator. It can be king, nobleman, or the audience. It is only to attract the audience. So it is herself, not somebody else. No character is represented. But if you are doing, say, Pushpanjali, for instance, he says the drishti has to be sama, because he was an Advaitin. He says that offering of Pushpanjali is not to somebody in the audience, but it is for your own Atma. And this is very important for present day dancers to understand that when we perform, we must, there are two ways of performing. Either you want to bind your spectator more firmly to earth, or give wings for his soul to soar high. I would think that artists find their own audience and audience find their own artists. Abhinav Gupta also says that he is writing the commentary to save traditional values. And we remember him to save all the traditional values, and with 100 prostitution to Bharata and Abhinav Gupta Padacharya, I conclude my speech, and once again thank you all for listening to me with patience. It has been a pleasure to perform here in this Punya Kshetra, in my Kshetra where the Lord, my Kula Devata, is presiding, and to give you one personal episode about Tirupati, which is very, very special for my life. As I said, Venkateshwara is our Kula Devam. And in our Brahmin families, there is a tradition of Mundanam for the child. And when I was just less than 1 year old, I was brought here to Tirumala. And like any traditional families of those days, it was a big joint family. We were only a small group of 25 people in our own family. That's how people used to live. Today, families have become, husband and wife is one family, and even when the child is growing, he has to be given a separate room. But it was not like that. I grew in a joint family with a common kitchen for about 50 people. So I learned to share, and when I was taken to Tirupati, with God's grace, we were quite well off. And imagine a 10 months old baby to be decked in diamonds. My mother's diamond necklace, all gold, and motte. Head was shaven, and chandanam was applied. And after darshanam, everybody was full of Venkateshwara. They forgot the baby. I was lost. Imagine in Tirumala to lose a baby less than 1 year old with all the diamond jewels, and only when they came back to the room, they realized, where is Paddu? Where is Paddu? Everybody, no, the baby was with you. The baby was with you. I was not with any of them. They all forgot me. And my father was just going to give a police complaint. And my brother, you saw Kannan yesterday was playing the Veena and Shuddhamadalam. His father, he is the eldest brother in the family. He and my sister ran out to see what is happening, and one 7-footer, I'm telling you something that happened. At Tirupati, I have to say this. A 7-footer, dark man with a big namam and a Diwali pune with his cross band brought me, it seems, the baby was brought to the room. It was not a time I could pronounce the name of my father or mother. And when the baby was brought, my brother ran and brought me and took me inside and said, the child is back here. Immediately my father said, "Stop that man, I want to give him some iman. We have to give him something." And they rushed out. Within 1 minute, he was not there. My father didn't stop with that. He went to the Peshkar's office, he went to the EO, he went to the office and said, 7-footer man with Namam brought my baby back with all the jewels intact. I want to give him something. They said, "We don't have a peon of that description." This is my relationship with Lord Venkateshwara. So coming to Tirupati is Janma Sapalyam for me. Thank you.
धन्यवादः इति वचसा नालं भवति इति अहं तर्कयामि। पूर्वं विष्णुः विचक्रमे त्रेधा निदधे पदम् इति वेदवाक्येन उद्घोषितं। ततश्च गोविन्दः इति नाम अस्माभिः श्रुतं भवति। गां विन्दति इति गोविन्दः, तस्यैव नाम्नः विवरणरूपेण गां विन्दति इत्यत्र वेदान् उद्धरते इति कृत्वा एवं धर्मम् उद्धरते इति कृत्वा गोविन्दशब्दस्य विविधानि व्याख्यानानि सन्ति। तद्वदेव नाट्यवेदस्य उद्धारार्थं भरतमुनिरेव पुनः अवतीर्णः इतिवत् इयं महाभागा जङ्गमनाट्यशास्त्रभूता अत्र समुत्तीर्णा इति मे मतिः। वस्तुतः भरतः मुनिः स्वीयनाट्यशास्त्रस्य पुनः उद्धारणार्थं तत्र कथिताः ये विषयाः तेषामेव पुनः उद्धारणार्थं यथा तथं तथैव भवतु इति वेदस्य उद्धारार्थं यथा भगवता विष्णुना वेदोद्धारः कृतः तथा नाट्यवेदस्य उद्धारार्थम् इयम् अवतीर्णा इति मे मतिः। अतः अनुकरोति भगवतो नारायणस्य इति वक्तव्यं। तादृशी महाभागा अस्माकं विनयप्रार्थनाम् अङ्गीकृत्य अत्र समागता इति अस्माकं पुण्यपुञ्जस्य परिपाकः इति मन्ये। अस्याः सम्भावनार्थम् अहम् अस्माकं कुलपतिवरेण्यान् इदानीं प्रार्थयामि। निष्कपटा सा निष्कपटेन सम्मान्यते। श्रीमतीं गायत्रीम् आह्वयामि, अत्र आगत्य सम्माननं प्राप्नोतु। यथा वेदस्य अन्तः वेदान्तः इत्युच्यते, वेदान्तस्य ज्ञाता सर्वज्ञः इति उच्यते, तद्वत् नाट्यवेदस्य अन्तः नाट्यवेदान्तः स च दृष्टः अनया महाभागया इति इयमपि ऋषिका ऋषितुल्या एवेति निश्चप्रचम्। तादृश्याः अस्याः समागमेन वयं धन्याः भवामः। इदानीम् अस्याः भाषणेन च नाट्यशास्त्रं कीदृशम् इति अस्माभिः ज्ञानं प्राप्तमस्ति। तादृश्याः महाभागायाः पदयोः प्रणम्य इदानीम् अयम् उत्सवः इदानीं समाप्तिमेष्यति इति सम्प्रार्थये। इदानीं धन्यवादसमर्पणाय अस्माकं भरतभूषणमहाभागः समागतः।
ओम श्री परमात्मने नमः। नमो वेंकटेशाय। राष्ट्रीय संस्कृत विश्वविद्यालयस्य बेम भूपाल कला परिषद पक्षतः अयं कार्यक्रमः अस्माभिः आयोज्यते। प्रथमः अखिल भारतीय छात्राणां तत्र सांस्कृतिक युव महोत्सवः। अस्मिन् महोत्सवे अस्माकं प्रार्थनम् अङ्गीकृत्य समागताः वर्तन्ते पद्मविभूषण पद्मा सुब्रह्मण्यं महाभागाः। ताः महाभागाः गतदिने अत्र स्वकीयं नृत्यं प्रदर्शितवत्यः। अद्य स्व अभिभाषणेन अस्मान् सर्वान् अपि तत्र प्रोत्साहितवत्यः आचार्याः पद्मविभूषण पद्मभूषण पद्मश्री एवं विविध अलङ्कारेण विविध तत्र बिरुदभाजः भवन्ति पद्मा सुब्रह्मण्यं महाभागाः। तासां कृते अहं सर्वादौ धन्यवादान् समर्पयामि। साक्षात् भगवतः श्रीवेङ्कटेश्वरस्य पुत्री तुल्याः भवन्ति। तासाम् अभिभाषणेन अस्माभिः वाक्यद्वयम् अन्तिमवाक्यद्वयं ताः महाभागाः यथा उक्तवत्यः तेन अस्माभिः ज्ञातं शी इज़ द डॉटर ऑफ आवर गॉड श्री वेङ्कटेश्वर। मान्यः अस्माकं विश्वविद्यालयस्य कुलपतयः एतस्य कार्यक्रमस्य ये भवन्ति आधारपुरुषाः तेषां कृते वयम् अवश्यं तत्र हृदयपूर्वकं धन्यवादान् वितरामः। यतः तत्र एताः इंटर्नेशनल लेवल आर्टिस्ट भवन्ति। तासां तिरुपतिं प्रति आनयनं तथा सौकर्यं नास्ति, परन्तु असौकर्यं यत् कार्यं सर्वथा असम्भव इति चिन्त्यते तस्य कार्यस्य सम्भवं कर्तुं ये पुरुषाः भवन्ति ते भवन्ति अस्माकं मान्याः कुलपतयः प्रोफेसर गुल्लपल्ली श्री रामकृष्णमूर्ति महाभागाः। तेषां कृते वयं धन्यवादान् समर्पयामः। एवमेव अस्माभिः सह वर्तन्ते अस्माकं डीन शैक्षिकसंकाय प्रमुखाः प्रोफेसर रजनीकान्तशुक्लमहाभागाः। प्रोफेसर रजनीकान्तशुक्लमहाभागाः तेषां कृते वयं धन्यवादान् समर्पयामः। एवमेव गायत्री महाभागाः या अत्यन्तं श्रद्धया संगीतं ह्यः परिवेषणं कृतवती, इदानीमपि तस्याः सन्माननम् अस्माभिः कृतं, तस्याः कृते वयं धन्यवादान् समर्पयामः। एवम् अस्य कार्यक्रमस्य तत्र पुरतः यद्यपि न सन्ति, कार्यक्रमे अत्र यद्यपि उपस्थिताः न सन्ति, परन्तु अनुपस्थिताः सन्ति चेदपि कार्यक्रमस्य कृते तेषां महान् आशीर्वादः वर्तते। ते भवन्ति अस्माकं मान्याः कुलाधिपतयः पद्मभूषणभाजः एन गोपालस्वामी महाभागाः। तेषां एन गोपालस्वामी महोदयानाम् आशीर्वादेन अयं कार्यक्रमः अत्यन्तं श्रद्धया अत्यन्तं शृङ्खलिततया चलति इति। अतः तेषां कृते अपि वयं धन्यवादान् तत्र वयं धन्यवादान् समर्पयामः। एवं अस्माकं कुलसचिवाः श्री के.वी. नारायणराव महोदयाः, अस्माकं साहित्य संस्कृति संकाय प्रमुखाः प्रोफेसर सत्यनारायण आचार्य महोदयाः, अस्माकं हेड ऑफ द डिपार्टमेंट विभागाध्यक्षाः डॉक्टर प्रोफेसर के राजगोपालन महोदयाः, तेषां कृते वयं धन्यवादान् समर्पयामः। न्यायनिर्णायकाः अत्र वर्तन्ते, तेषां कृते धन्यवादान् समर्पयामः। तत्रापि विशेषतया पद्मावती महिला विश्वविद्यालयस्य तत्र आचार्याः अत्र वर्तन्ते, तासां कृते वयं विशेषरूपेण धन्यवादान् समर्पयामः। yesterday only we requested you and yesterday evening you came and today also you are here, so thank you madam. एवमेव श्री वेंकटेश्वर म्यूजिक कॉलेज तत्रापि प्रिंसिपल महाभागाः अन्ये च अधिकारिणः वर्तन्ते। म्यूजिक कॉलेज तत्र अध्यापकानां कृते अस्माकं धन्यवादाः। तथा च काञ्ची शङ्कराचार्यपादानां छात्राः अत्र वर्तन्ते, तत्र विशेषतया कलाशाला छात्राः एताः सर्वाः समेषां कृते वयं धन्यवादान् समर्पयामः। तथा च भारतीय विद्याभवन केन्द्रीय विद्यालयः एवमेव अस्माकं NSU स्टूडेंट्स नेशनल संस्कृत यूनिवर्सिटी तत्र PhD छात्राः B.Ed M.Ed PG शास्त्री सर्वे अपि छात्राः अत्र वर्तन्ते, तेषां कृते धन्यवादान् समर्पयामः। तिरुपतिनगरस्य अनेके तत्र विद्वांसः अतिथयः अत्र समागताः सन्ति, तेषां कृते वयं धन्यवादं समर्पयामः। एवमेव प्रेस् एण्ड् इलेक्ट्रानिक्स् मीडिया, ICT ल्याब्, अस्माकं महति अडिटोरियं, तत्र अधिकारिणः कार्यकर्तारः, विशेषतया तिरुमलतिरुपतिदेवस्थानानां ये तावत् अधिकारिणः, तेषां कृते अपि वयं धन्यवादं समर्पयामः। अस्माकं पार्श्वे डॉक्टर KTV राघवन महोदयः, डायरेक्टर IGNCA वर्तन्ते, प्रोफेसर् बलिचक्रवर्ती महोदयः, साहित्यविभागस्य आचार्याः, एवमेव तत्र द्वारं लक्ष्मी महाभागाः, सा च अस्माकं गाइड इव वर्तते, तस्याः कृते धन्यवादं समर्पयामः। एंड अदर डिग्निटरीज आर देयर, अस्माकं सुजनी मैडम, बुल्टी मैडम, रंगा सर, मुनिरेड्डी जी एंड सेतु जी, all the staff members of our university, all the professors of our university, all the non-teaching, teaching and faculty members of our university, students of our university, एवं समेषां कृते धन्यवादान् वितनुमः। तथा च विशेषतया अस्य कार्यक्रमस्य सफलतायै ये वर्तन्ते प्रोफेसर जी शंकर नारायण महोदयः, बिग क्लाप कृत्वा तेषां कृते वयं धन्यवादान् समर्पयामः। एवमेव बेम्मभूपाल कला परिषदः, तत्र संचालिका संयोजिका डॉक्टर K लीनाचंद्रा धर्मदासन जी, एवमेव अस्माकं MA आदर्श, तथा च अन्ये ये वर्तन्ते हंस प्रभाकर अभिदास, एतेषां कृते धन्यवादं समर्पयामः। विशेषतया नारायण महोदयस्य कृते वयं धन्यवादं समर्पयामः, नारायण नम्बूत्री महोदयः, तथा च अस्माकं P नारायण पुजार महोदयाः ये वर्तन्ते, तान् अपि वयं तत्र धन्यवादान् समर्पयामः। समेषां कृते धन्यवादान् वितिर्य विरमामि। धन्यवादाः। एकं ग्रुप फोटो अपेक्षते इति। महिला यूनिवर्सिटी स्टाफ मेंबर्स वी रिक्वेस्ट हिमबिंदु मैडम काइंडली, बिकॉज महिला यूनिवर्सिटी हिमबिंदु मैडम, म्यूजिक कॉलेज स्टाफ मेंबर्स काइंडली कम ऑन डायस, NSU स्टाफ मेंबर्स